Hi, Alan Stratton from Woodturning. I've made inside-out Christmas ornaments before. In fact, I demonstrated one not too long ago. I wanted to make an extra special one for this time. In fact, on the earlier ones, viewers said, hey, he likes them too, but they tend to break on him, so he was discouraged. Well, he's not alone. But now I have a problem. The deadline for this week's video is fast approaching, and I use glue between the blocks and in 2 sessions, and I like to let them cure a long time in between to make sure it's safe. So I can't make deadline for an inside-out ornament. So instead, let's try for an inside-out theme with this walnut. This is going to be now a candle holder with an LED tea light. And for the inside-out, I'll hollow the bottom to make it lighter. And if you're tired of looking at the tea light this way, turn it over, center it, and use it this way. So maybe we have a reversible tea light. Let's do it.
Many times I've mounted a block of wood directly to the face of my scroll chuck jaws and held by the live center. As I've seen others do the same, I've assumed that they did it for a quicker mount. But recently, I watched someone mount a 10-inch plate blank between centers and realized a much better reason for this type of mount. That guy did his best to get the centers in the exact center of the wood by measuring and finding the center on both sides. However, it was not exact and the plate wobbled. He lost a lot of wood taking out the wobble. I realized how nearly impossible it is to perfectly find centers on both sides that are exactly perpendicular to the surface and in line with each other. On the other hand, if a blank is pressed flat against a flat surface, such as chuck jaws or a faceplate, and held with a single point on the opposite side that is perfectly perpendicular to that surface, such as a live center, then everything is aligned. Any remaining wobble is solely due to the wood. No additional wobble is introduced. The only downside is the wood may slip on the surface of the jaws. When that happens, cinch up the tailstock a little more. This works for wood that is approximately parallel sides. After rounding off the walnut, I'm cutting a mortise to fit my small shark jaws for an expansion mount. I want to preserve the outer edges for now. My parting tool and skew work best here. After remounting to the chuck, I can start forming the exterior with my gouge. I finish smoothing with some shear cutting and shear scraping. Next, I want to drill out the center for the tea light. My bit is slightly undersized, so I enlarge it with a box scraper. Later, I realized that my long-nosed jaws needed a little bit more, so no problem, just enlarge and refinish. Then sand thoroughly and apply lacquer. I'm reversing the walnut again, this time onto my long-nosed jaws. These will give me access to hollow out the underside. I'm hollowing with a combination of gouge, small straight hollowing tool, and a small box scraper. Trips around the lathe to the opposite side keep me from leaning over the lathe. This is tricky since I have to watch both the inner and outer wall thicknesses to avoid going too far. Then thoroughly sand, sign, and finish. A final buffing really brings this walnut to life. Et voila! A lightweight walnut tea light that might be reversible. The blinking LED is much safer than a real candle. As for the inside-out Christmas ornament, I'll just have to try again. Stuff happens. I still have the month of November for the Christmas Ornament Challenge. That's all for my walnut tea light with flashing LED. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe on my website, and tell your friends. Please wear your full face shield. Goggles are not enough protection. Don't wait to realize this later. I'm Alan Stratton from As Wood Turns. Come back next week for a new wood turning video.